If Pomodoros don't work for you, you might be doing them wrong. Hey, my name's Dusty. I'm an ADHD coach. I also have mega ADHD, so I have to use a lot of tips and tricks with myself to get myself to be productive. If you haven't heard of the Pomodoro method, it's a method of like doing focused, productive work blocks along with rest blocks in sort of like a pattern. So it could be something like 25 minutes on and 5 minutes off, 45 minutes on and 10 minutes off, whatever. But it's just like work, break, work, break, work, break. And after 3 or 4 Pomodoro rounds, then you take a bit of a longer break. And you might be taking your breaks wrong. So the Pomodoro format actually does follow what we know about how executive function works. There are lots of great YouTube videos of Dr. Russell Barkley, who's one of the foremost ADHD researchers, talking about the way that executive function works in our brain. And it's like a gas tank. You can drain it, then you got to fill it, right? Or for my millennial and Gen Z pals, it's like the stamina bar in Breath of the Wild. Right? Like if you're trying to get Link to like climb up a big mountain or something, you need your stamina bar to be really full. And everything you do, like swinging your sword or anything, jumping, costs you stamina. So like if you need to do something and your stamina bar needs to be full, you're not going to stand there like swinging your sword and jumping because the stamina, it keeps using the stamina. Stamina bar is not going to fill up, right? But this is exactly what I see people doing with their Pomodoro breaks. When they go on break, they're like, trying to call the bank or like do some dishes or like doing other things that are like executive function heavy. The things that drain our stamina bar or drain our gas tank are anything that uses, that causes us to have to sustain focus and attention, task initiation, emotional regulation, impulse inhibition. And the things that put gas in our tank and help us fill our stamina bar is literally anything that you find fun, anything that puts dopamine in your brain, anything that's rewarding or restful or helps you cultivate mindfulness. So the thing is, you can do something like quote unquote productive on your break if it's what feels fun to your brain, right? Like you could watch silly TikToks, you could play Breath of the Wild, you could meditate, you could sit and stare at a wall. If what your brain is in the mood to do is like organize your shoes, or your brain is really in the mood to do the dishes, that could put gas in your tank as long as it's sort of the thing that your brain wants to do, right? When we're letting our brain sort of like roam free, we're like putting gas in the tank, right? But just switching to some other chore is kind of like just standing there swinging your sword, and then you're starting your next Pomodoro with like a half full stamina bar, and you're not going to be able to climb the mountain. I don't know, I climb a lot of mountains in Breath of the Wild, I guess. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful. I would love to know what you guys do on your Pomodoro breaks, like how you fill your gas tank. So comment below and tell me like what kinds of things are restful for you on a Pomodoro break. I'm very curious.